Hey, what's going on, social media world? All right, so I understand that with this COVID situation, it's a difficult time, and there are a lot of different perspectives on different things. Be safe. Be safe. And I'm starting this video off with this to segue into the fact that I, Aaron Mack, just got recently, a few days ago, out of the hospital with COVID. And this video is not going to be a whole lot about COVID, but it's be safe. It's important to be safe. I was of two minds about things before, but I did get my vaccine, and it's important to get your vaccines. Get vaccinated. We've got to get through this. Yes, there are... I feel that it's potentially one of those situations that it's like, yeah, we can't really know as a general public population everything that's going on. I will just leave it at, I feel that the safe choice for us is to get that vaccine, get that booster. Yes, I am one of those guys now. I am, kind of like our mayor-elect in Cleveland, the gorgeous and hetero Justin Bibb. Get those shots, okay? Now, what I really wanted to do with today's video, and Justin Bibb is, of course, in favor of getting the shots, and I just saw one of his Instagram posts because I follow him on Instagram because he's beautiful. He's hetero and married with kids. He's still beautiful, okay? And he explained, we can get through this together. We've got to get those vaccines. And I agree. Anyway, I despise having to be in the hospital. Okay? The last time I had to be in the hospital was like 2013. Yeah. And while I was in the hospital in one of the COVID rooms, because that's what had me in the hospital most recently, this time, and prayerfully never again. One of the guys was like, being in a hospital is like being in jail. And I'm going to bring race into this. Being the black guy in the room at that time, I definitely did not want to say it's just like being in jail. Yes, because, it's like the black guy. Oh, he knows. Like, no, I don't. Anyway, I get it. And this is why I'm not going to name the specific hospital, because I don't think that this is specific to this hospital. I think that my struggle that I'm going to connect with y'all or talk to y'all about is indicative of understaffing in medical facilities in general, and people always like to talk about overworked and underpaid. That's also a part of it. General understaffing. General understaffing. I don't even know if I want to go into everything that happened. I'll say this. There was about throughout my entire time there before I was able to go home. And also I'll say, as far as the vaccines, they do say part of the reason that it didn't quite destroy me the way that it could have was because I did have the vaccine. So get those vaccines, y'all. Okay. So of my share of nurses, there was like one A+ nurse, and she was excellent. And I think there might have been another A+ nurse. Yeah, she was good. Yeah, strong A+ ish. And the only reason I'm giving her an ish is just because I didn't have that much time with her. But she was good when we were together. I get it. I don't even want to go into all of that, and I won't. But I will say one thing that bothered me, and I'll mention this because I decided to do this video while I was, cover your ears, this is going to be explicit, sitting on the toilet, because my bowels have been in a kind of screwed up situation. And part of it is I had to go to the hospital without my walker because it was ridiculous. But without my walker, I was entirely dependent upon the overworked, understaffed nursing department. So that in turn also made me annoying to them. And there would be times that they would cut off my bell, and there would be noise, like things going off in the room. And I would be like, hey, can we at least stop this from making so much? Heck no, we can't turn that off. Well, could you kindly respond to it in a reasonable amount of time? F no, we also can't do that. It's just going to have to go off in your ear forever until I get the time to go in there and take care of it. So, whatever. And I won't tell this whole part of the story, but I will say I even had a little physical abuse while at the hospital. And I was just so hurt and confused when it happened because I was like, there are people who have to live in such circumstances. People who have to live in such circumstances and don't really have a way out and just have to accept that horrible abuse. Because like I said, they didn't like me because I wasn't able to do very much for myself, particularly because I didn't have my walker. And I would have to call them for everything. It'd be like, him, And I remember one of the A+ nurses, at a time that I needed to be ooh, cleaned up because I defecated on myself in the Pampers that they created for me. And because there was a time that the nurse was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to transfer you to the commode. No, because it's not safe for you. I'm not going to do it. Like, so I would just have to go to the bathroom in my pants or on the bed. And people, of course, don't like cleaning up defecation from somebody. So that would just add to their, this bitch. I don't want to go in here and deal with this. And one of the women, actually, because it was 4 of us in this particular COVID room, because COVID is no joke, y'all. Again, you do not want to end up there. And this one nurse, she was just so over it. She was just cleaning me up. She had the little curtain wide open for all to see as she was doing it. And the A+ nurse came in and she was like, show some respect. And she slammed the curtain closed. And the other woman was like, oh, well, whatever. You know, but that's the kind of way that it is in there. And I also remember, as I started feeling a little bit better, I would ask to try the transfer to the commode again, and I was better able to do it. But I remember I told the nurses as they were preparing to transfer me, I was like, hey, you know, I still have these Depends on, so maybe we should take it off before I transfer. And they're like, whatever, just go. And I'm like, okay. And they transfer me to the commode, and, you know, all of the work that it took to make that happen, it took me a minute to realize that I'm sitting on the commode in my diaper. And I called one of the nurses again, and I was like, hey, you know, I still have my diaper on even though I'm sitting on the commode. And she's like, yeah, just go in the diaper. So stuff like that, and I wasn't able to go in the diaper. So all of that to say, to bring this full circle, sitting on the toilet now and just still feeling all constipated and everything, I feel that stuff lent itself to it. So I stay safe, y'all. Get those freaking vaccines so you can stay home and not have to deal with that. Not have to deal with that. It was stay safe, y'all. This is something serious, and I we have to pull together. We have to pull together. We can do it. Talk to y'all later, social media world. Peace. Stay blessed. Together we can.